We're here at the conclusion of PDAC 2019, and we're talking to David Sidoo of Advantage Lithium. David, I understand there's some pretty good news you might want to talk about.
Yes, thank you for having me on again. I really appreciate updating everybody a little bit about our progress at Cauchari. We have a press release that we just put out in the marketplace at the close here, talking about our resource numbers at Cauchari.
Okay, so tell us about that. You had about 3 million in the last resource from last year. Where are you at now?
Correct. We had 3 million tons that we announced several months ago that was in the inferred category. Okay. So it was possible project in terms of what we could extract from the brine. And we announced a resource of over double that resource to 6.3 million tons. Nice. 4.8 million of that into the measured and indicated, and 1.5 million tons into the inferred category. So we're very, very pleased with that result.
I can imagine. Not only you doubled the size, but you also increased the confidence in what you got there. Tell us a bit more. One thing is the size, the other is the grades and the chemistry. Can you tell us a bit about that?
Sure, that's a really very good question, because that's very important for these battery makers and the type of chemistry that you can produce in the brine. And our grades in the southeast will average around 500 to 550 milligrams per liter. Mm-hmm. And in the northwest, which was a new zone we opened up about a year ago when we drilled, is over 600 milligrams per liter. We've done several pump tests, as you know. I've been keeping everybody up to date in terms of our pump tests. We've done 7 of them overall, 26 holes in total, 7 pump tests, and 2 long-term pump tests, okay. 1 in the southeast and 1 in the northwest.
Okay. So things are looking good, but perhaps you could give our audience some kind of perspective compared to other projects in the area where you're at.
Sure. I would say now you can look at our project as a developing lithium project, probably the second largest right now in the lithium triangle in Argentina. So we're very proud of that. If you want to look at examples and sort of precedents out there right now, Galaxy just closed their deal with POSCO. So that money was given to Galaxy. The deal closed. It was $263 million US deal. Mm-hmm. And they had just over 2.5 million tons of measured and indicated. Oh. So that's a pretty good precedent deal right there. That's over $110 a ton in the ground. Also, Lithium Americas, who's in the basin as well, they have over a $600 million market cap. And our partner, JV partner, Orocobre, is close to $1 billion market cap, and Orocobre has 6 million tons measured and indicated as well.
Okay, so there you are, right in with all of them. Now, this is a very important, very good step, but you still got ways to go, direction production. I think next up is the feasibility. So can you tell us a bit more about the long-term strategy? Are you going to bring in partners, or are you trying to bring in partners?
Yeah, right now, as we've developed now into a real project that we can bring into production in the next couple of years, we're looking at strategic partnerships now. People that understand the demand and supply of lithium. It's very refreshing. I was at the BMO conference last week as well in Florida. Yes. There was a lot of strategic, people interested in strategic partnerships with Advantage. Now that this press release is out, they see that we have a very large project that can supply lithium to the marketplace for over the next 30 years. And we're looking to bring in between 20 to 25,000 tons a year. Our long-term goal here in the next several months is to finish our PFS, get our studies done, our modeling, and partner with a large strategic partner who would do the offtake with us, provide us the funding we need for the project, and we'll give them the offtake, and they'll be our partner selling the brine in Europe and China, Asia, those kind of places. So that's what our next steps are.
It's very interesting that you're saying that strategic partners are very interested in long-term production, long-term source of lithium, because the feeling in the retail part of the market is that lithium is out of favor at the moment.
Yeah, it's a good point. All the money's going into cannabis now. So I was joking today with one of the strategics we met yesterday. And I was saying maybe we should build a big cannabis farm or something, grow up in the Puna. we started laughing. But no, if you look at real projects that want to get developed out there, and companies that understand, especially in your country, in Germany, you're looking at Volkswagen and BMW, Audi. Those companies are now getting involved into the EV sector. There's companies that supply them with the batteries, and they're going to need lithium for their batteries, and it's a big demand there in Korea, in China, Germany, the UK. A lot of those companies are starting to now strategically look at companies like ours. In the next 2 years, when we come into the market with production, they feel that there's going to be a supply shortage. And they're going to want to line up with companies like ourselves that are going to produce in a couple of years. So we're very strategically situated right now. As far as timing, we're not too early to the market and we're not too late. I think we're just going to hit the right window. So if shareholders can stay patient with us, you can see that we're building this project systematically over the last several years, and we've hit every single metric that we said we were going to. We were going to increase the resource, which we did. The chemistry is probably better than most companies that are out there right now. We rival Orocobre and LAC in terms of the quality of the chemistry and the quality of the brine. Our magnesium and lithium ratios are good, and that's what these companies look for.
Okay, thank you very much. It certainly looks like there's going to be a lot of upside and a lot of work also to do for you left, of course, and we'll be sure to check in how it all goes. Thank you.
Thank you very much for having me on again, and we'll hopefully update you soon again on new developments.
Thanks.
Thank you.